Well, I'm pleased to announce on behalf of the Senators organization that Bryan Murray has accepted, and we've come to an agreement for the next 3 years as our general manager, and we're looking forward to implementing his vision for the team, which is to bring it back to elite status. And I think we're getting there. We've talked about it for a long time. This is not something that was done on a fly. And with that, I know Bryan has a few words.
Well, first of all, I'm very happy and excited, and I want to thank Eugene for having the confidence and faith that what we're doing now is the right path, and we will try to continue the growth of this hockey team. As we mentioned, what the desire here is obviously to be a good team, to be a team with a chance to win at the end of every year. And we've got a little ways to go, we know that, but I think the start has been a good one, and as we go forward, we want to build on that. So again, I'm very, very pleased to have been able to work with Eugene and the organization going forward.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll take questions.
How quickly this came about?
Well, we've been talking for quite some time, actually. I think December the 18th was one stage where we were at, where we were concerned about the team and we knew we had to do something. And when we talked a little later on, the thought that maybe moving some veteran players and bringing some younger people to the front, allowing the growth to be quicker than, you know, maybe wait until the summer and then try to start over again and stop the stopgap moves and get to a real plan. So Eugene and I have talked quite a number of times about that. Obviously, we had one final meeting today that kind of solidified what my desire was and what his, I believe, is, and we were able to then make an agreement.
How much, Bryan, did you wrestle with this personally in terms of the term of the deal and wanting to commit to that length?
Well, I have no problem with the length. I think that we have an ability to keep working at a good level. We have a great staff. I'm very proud of the people in the field for us at what they've done in the last 3 years regarding the draft and free agents that we've picked up. So that wasn't a major thing. I guess I was really disappointed early in the year that we were playing the way we were playing, that we were, you know, I didn't think we were one of the worst 5 teams in the NHL. I think now we're showing that we're not that. Unfortunately, it's late, but I sure didn't want to leave on a year that we had a performance like this.
Did what happened in February and March kind of kickstart that?
Yeah,
confidence again?
I always had confidence. It stimulates you, though, when you see these young people come in and play the way they've played lately, the work ethic that's gone into it, and I just see a real bright future here, and I think some of the kids that we've drafted that are ready to come in as early as training camp next year will make a big difference as well.
Bryan, your future is safe now for 3 years. What can you say about Corey Klusen going forward?
Oh, well, my future has always been somewhat safe. Just, you know, to clear that up, whether it be in hockey or elsewhere, and the decision the year hasn't ended yet, and we will have discussions at that time. And at some point in the near future, I'll talk to Eugene, and we'll make the final decision what we're doing going forward.
You were quite happy last year accepting a 1-year short-term contract. Now going for a longer term. Anything changed for you to engage yourself in long-term?
I'm not sure. I guess when you see that, again, I probably would have been maybe a different decision on everybody's part if things hadn't been somewhat brighter as we wound on the schedule. So I see it a little time required here to finish what we're trying to do. It's not going to be an overnight fix. We know that there's lots of work to do. There's some changes have to be made. We need a couple more guys on the ice that score goals. We all know that. It's not going to be that we're going to go out, though, and sign old free agents to stopgap it again. We're going to do it. If we do get a free agent, it'll be a younger type. But I think those are the exciting things that you want when you're in the business, and in particular this business where it's win and lose, and they like you don't like a person based on that. So I don't think it was very hard to determine that I wanted to continue and wanted to be a factor, a small factor, though it may be, in what happens with the club going forward.
Outside the coaching staff, will everybody else stay the same then for you?
Well, that's again, you know, it's not the day to talk about that. I think that we'll evaluate where we are, what we're doing, and make a decision not too distant future.
Can I ask a question to Mr. Melnyk, if possible? Eugene, how much of a factor was what Bryan has done in terms of the draft in the last couple of years, and this draft coming up is probably the most significant draft in this franchise's history, that you wanted that continuity from this particular group in the hockey operations department?
Well, you couldn't have said it better. That's exactly, you know, one of the key factors that went into the decision. That, and of course the zest and the the vigor that went into just even rebuilding in the last couple of months was extremely impressive. Going into this coming draft, you're right, is probably going to be a game changer for the team. We've got 5 picks, as you all know, in the first 2 rounds. I can't think of anybody better to have in that spot than Bryan, that can make the decisions, know what to trade up to, know the talent that we have in place. You know, a lot of people were screaming murder in the beginning of the year, make changes, and the stupidest thing you could have done is make a change 1 month before the draft. Sorry, before the trading deadline. You wanted somebody to know what our strengths and weaknesses are, so the continuity is absolutely important, and the experience is priceless.
I'll follow up that with you. Said you would be a stupid move to do anything leading up to the trade deadline. Is that why you allowed Bryan to make all those decisions? You knew he was likely coming back.
Good question. And I can only couch it this way. Yes, I needed him to make those decisions, but the way he made the decisions and the thought that went into it, and the vigor and the work, the hard work that went into it, I think at that point I saw the side of Bryan that I didn't see on a daily basis because I'm not here every day. And it's obvious now, as you see on the ice, of some of the results, and I just can't. I'm very excited about what's now going to happen out of this draft. And despite what he says, he's one heck of a wheeler dealer, and I've seen him in action, and it's take him over anybody anytime.
Okay. All good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.